Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great Christmas. Hope you're having a good holiday season. We are happy to be back with you. We got the Kings and the Pistons tonight, halftime with Jerry Reynolds. We got the post-game show. And who the hell knows what's going to happen with Sacramento? I mean, does anyone know anymore? I mean, they're just been miserable on this homestand. They're 0-4. They take on a Pistons team that's playing very well, already road wins in their last two games against Phoenix and the LA Lakers. Don't know about Domantas Sabonis, who is going to be a game-time decision. He was not at shoot-around this morning because he is sick. The Kings did get some good news. Devin Carter, their rookie who has not played yet, has been cleared for full basketball activities, and he could play for Stockton this weekend at Golden One Center. So, you got to look at any positive you can find right now. That would certainly be good for Sacramento. Of course, all the news right now is surrounding trades and who's going to stay and who's going to go. And, of course, that means De'Aaron Fox. Personally, I think De'Aaron Fox is gone. I don't think he will be on Sacramento after this season. I don't know if he'll be on Sacramento past February, but I think that the Kings will move him. I really do. Anyway, there was a lot of talk about the Kings quitting in their last game, and De'Aaron Fox talked about that after practice.
You say what's been running around quick?
The word quit.
The word quit? I mean, at what point do we quit? I don't really know what that is supposed to.
Well, everybody think that the team, pretty much just gave up, stopped winning.
I mean, they went on a run. Obviously, we were trying to start to weather the run and go on our own run. We didn't. I think 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. It's pretty normal.
Back-to-back games too. A little fatigue.
Is what?
A little fatigue made it be the mix in there too. Would you say so?
No. We couldn't get a stop. We couldn't make a shot.
12th in the West right now. Just what's your perspective on how tough the West is and how much one win streak could still climb you guys up?
I mean, it could help us, but at this point, other teams we're in that spot where other teams have to help us as well. So obviously, we want to continue to control what we can control, but we've put ourselves in a position to where we kind of don't control our own fate. But at the end of the day, you still want to be able to roll off, a good win streak.
How do you kind of approach you have a few days off? Obviously, Christmas is right in between it, but is it a mental reset? Is there anything you guys try to do to kind of look in the mirror, maybe have tough conversations, or just?
I mean, we got to fix the things that we know we need to fix, and obviously not last game, but a lot of these games are ended in 1 or 2 possession games. So if you can, get a box out here or there, not have a turnover here or there, those games can end differently. So it's a lot of these games. There are close games that the small things are losing us games. So we have to be able to fix those things.
Boy, how often have we heard that? It's the small things that are costing us these games. That's all I hear from Mike Brown and the Kings. And you know what? Just go out and do it, right? I mean, talk is cheap, isn't it? I'm looking at the standings, right? The Kings are 12th. The Warriors, who lost to the Lakers in a phenomenal game yesterday, are 15-14. Along with Minnesota and Phoenix. The Kings are 13-17, so they're 3 back in a loss column of the 10th spot. What do you make of this Kings team? That's the question. To me, they're very disappointing. And they play the Lakers on the road. They got Dallas coming up. Luka, by the way, is a strained calf. He's going to be out for a while. We'll see if that impacts the Mavericks, who are 19-11. And we'll see how they play without Luka for a while. Meanwhile, how about Detroit? Detroit's a top 10 team in the West. And guess what their record is? The exact same record as Sacramento. So you have 2 teams with identical records tonight, and the Pistons coming off road wins at Phoenix and at the Lakers. How about that? And who knows if Sabonis is playing or not? Who's going to be a game-time decision with an illness. Again, he was not at shoot-around this morning. Will the Sacramento Kings get a W tonight? I wouldn't bet on them, I'll tell you that. I wouldn't bet on them. I got to tell you, De'Aaron Fox's whole demeanor and everything else, I think he knows he's gone too. I really believe that. I think he knows he's not going to be here for that long. Just looking at him, and that's the impression I get. All right, NFL, you got the Seahawks and the Bears coming up for you in a little more than an hour. Huge game for Seattle. The Bears, meanwhile, if you're a Bears fan, are you sold on the future of Caleb Williams? How about the Chiefs? They just keep rolling. They destroy the Steelers 29-10, and the Ravens embarrass the Texans 31-2. Then you have coming up on Sunday, Chargers, Patriots, Broncos, Bengals, Cardinals, Rams. You've got, or I should say Saturday. If I said Sunday, I apologize. Then you have Jets, Bills, Raiders, Saints, Colts, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Panthers, Bucks, Titans, Jaguars, Dolphins, Browns, Minnesota and Green Bay. Big game. Falcons and the Commanders on Sunday night. Monday night, Lions, 49ers. Mike says, I think he's gone. Why else would he say it's not in our hands in freaking January? Spot on, Grant. The way he answered the first question showed a lot. I agree. Totally agree. I think he's done. I think he's gone. I think I know for a fact, because I've talked to him about this. He would love to go back and play in Houston, but he would also love to play in San Antonio. Those are his two favorite destinations. Now, in my opinion, I don't care what the hell his destination is. Doesn't matter to me. If I'm the Kings, I'm not trading him unless I get the deal that I want. And I don't care if I send him to, Toronto or Detroit. I don't care. I'm not sending him to a team just to appease him. I can promise you that. Great show, Grant. Do I think that the Chiefs repeat? I would never bet against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, I'll tell you that. They just keep winning and winning and winning. I'd love to see Buffalo finally do it, but you're going to have to go through Kansas City. You're going to have to go through Kansas City to get there. That's for sure. You're going to have to go through Kansas City. Boy, they're good. You want to talk about knowing how to win? How about LeBron James yesterday? The guy's amazing. Of course, on the postgame show, he said, Christmas is our day, basically talking about the NFL. Well, LeBron, the problem is that the fans in America would watch the NFL 10 times more than they would watch the NBA. That's your problem. Yeah, your game was great. You played great. But guess what? Your game's broken, and the NFL's not. And the NFL is the king, not you, the NFL. Grant, best president is not watching the Kings plays for 4 days. I got you. I can understand that. I understand. Don't forget, Jerry Reynolds at halftime, post-game show, coming up with your phone calls. And we'll break down the Kings and the Pistons. So Ryan did a show earlier, and the theme of his show was, is Mike Brown coaching for his job tonight? What happens if the Kings lose to the Pistons tonight and go 0-5 in this homestand? I think a lot would depend on how they lose. If this team gets blown out by the Pistons and are lifeless and everything else, then I don't think you have a choice. But I don't think that firing Mike Brown is going to help anything. I think you have a discontent at the point guard position with De'Aaron Fox. I don't think he's all into it. He can say whatever he wants. I think he would love to get out of here. I think he would love to go play in San Antonio or Houston. And I just think that's his main priority right now. And I'm not saying he's not going to try to go out and play well, because I think he will. Because at the end of the day, he's a competitor. But I know one thing. It's very difficult to do a job well if your heart is not into it. And his heart's not into this. I'm sorry. That's the way I look at it. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I think he gets traded, and I know he wants to go to South Texas. We'll see. $100 that the Kings are blown out tonight. I wouldn't take that bet, but I wouldn't say you're crazy either. I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I would say if Sabonis does not play, then you got some issues. I believe with Fox possibly out, it's going to be a shakeup of the team, hopefully for the better. Well, you wouldn't want to shake it up for the worst. That's for sure. Could you imagine? Let's say San Antonio can work out a deal. I don't know, but obviously Wembanyama is not going anywhere. That could be pretty exciting to watch Fox and Victor Wembanyama, but I'm more concerned that there is a Kings team that needs to get better regardless of what deals they make. That's the way I look at it. Fox got to set a better example, then the rest of the team will play better. I don't know about that. Grant, if you trade him, what would you want for him? Well, I got to get a commodity back that I know is really good if I'm trading De'Aaron Fox. Like, I'm not trading him for unknowns. And I'm not trading him, like, I'm not in the, trade him for draft picks. No. Why would I trade him? If you trade him to San Antonio for draft picks and they make the playoffs, that's not a good draft pick. No. Mark Haynes said on his podcast, other teams were making fun of Sabonis not being a good player. I think that's a bunch of crap. I don't know where the hell Mark Haynes gets that from. Will Kings win when Vivek is the owner? No, they will not. Appreciate all the messages. Love having you on. It's always fun when we can talk about these type of things. All right, you know how to give me a call, right? If you want to get in on the program, here's your open forum link. All you do is click on that or the QR code above my shoulder, and you'll be good to go. All right, you'll be good to go. All right, let's see if we can get to some phone calls. We get to PK. PK, go ahead.
What's up, Grant?
Hey, PK, how are you?
Merry Christmas.
Same to you, my friend.
Hey, was it nice not seeing Kings for 4 days?
It really didn't matter to me whether they were playing or not. I saw what you said on the line. It doesn't affect my life one way or the other. I'm not invested.
Let me ask you this, Grant. This is what's pissing me off. If we had time to get DeRozan, how come we did not have time to get a bench for Kings?
I'm with you.
If we were actually serious preseason by getting DeRozan, how come we were not serious to get the bench figured out?
I'm with you. I think you're spot on. I think Monty McNair did a very poor job of putting this team together this year. I think you're spot on.
And okay, and my last question, I'm not going to hold you up because I'm sure everybody wants to talk to you. Where do you think the threshold is before we break this thing apart? I think if we let go of Fox, obviously, in my opinion, Spurs are salivating right now watching us fall apart. But where do you think we start making moves? How much of this, in your opinion, do you think a fan base of Sacramento, which is the best fan base probably in entire NBA, can take? Who can notice every single little thing that we are screwing up, and it's pissing us off so much where we're ready for this bomb to drop? How much do you think Sacramento fan base can take of this? Thank you.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Well, that's a very good question. How much can the fan base take of this? I said this on the show last week, and I'll say it again. I think the Kings are very close right now to playing their final 2 months of the season in a half-empty building. That's what I think. I think the Kings fans would be rejuvenated if and when Devin Carter comes back, which appears to be pretty soon, by the way, and gives this team a spark and they look like he's going to be good, and that would get the fans excited. But if the Kings are not in the playoff race, even with Devin Carter coming back, and if he plays well, that will not be enough. How does Jerry feel about this De'Aaron issue? Same as me, same as Ryan. Jerry's been around the block a couple times. He gets it. You know, can I get to this? Why are the people talking about trading one of them, if not the fastest player in the league? Until he says, I want out, just don't even consider trading him. You know, it's not the 4x100 meter relay. So he's fast. Okay. What happens when he's not fast anymore? Like maybe in 2 or 3 years when he loses a half a step. Again, it's not a 100% or not a 100 meter dash. It's the freaking game of basketball. His speed is overrated. You know, you guys, when I say you guys, people talk about his speed. You know, that's like a wide receiver in football. I don't give a damn how fast a wide receiver in the NFL is if he can't catch. What difference does it make? I think De'Aaron Fox is a very good player, and his speed is an asset. But if that's all you're talking about, then you got real problems. Here's the deal. He's been on the team now 8 years. They've not won a playoff series. That's more important to me than how fast he is. The Kings are 13-17, and he's played in every game this year. That's more important than his speed. The Kings are 6-11 on their home floor. You know, that stands out more to me than how fast he is. Stop with the speed stuff, would you please? Can't disagree with this by Rip Man. I'm used to disappointment and losing. It's the norm. Hard to argue with that. Do I think the Kings will end up with the worst record in the West? No, they won't. Guys, we cannot bank on Carter having a John Morant-like rookie season. He'll probably average about 7 to 8 points. Why would you put his name in the same sentence as John Morant? PK, why can't we change up roster and put DeRozan on the bench? You can. You can do whatever you want. There's a lot of issues with this team right now. I think we can all agree on that. It's not just De'Aaron Fox. It's just not De'Aaron Fox. There are other issues plus Fox. All right, we get that. All right, don't forget about New Works Plumbing. They've got a fixed view. They're available around the clock 24/7. Go to sackserviceplumbing.com or call the number on your screen. New Works Plumbing, they've got a fixed view. Again, 916-713-1010 or sackserviceplumbing.com, available 24/7 for your plumbing needs and repairs. New Works Plumbing, they've got a fixed view. Hey, don't forget about Bennett's. Get down there and celebrate this holiday season at their happy hour daily 2 to 6 with their sips and taste. Prime seafood and steak at Bennett's. Don't forget about their weekend brunch, which is outstanding. Go to Bennett'sRestaurants.com to make a reservation. Bennett's, again, Sacramento, Roseville, and the West Side Grill. Prime seafood and steak at Bennett's. Bennett'sRestaurants.com. Keep the messages coming right here on If You Don't Like That. Again, halftime with Jerry Reynolds. Post-game show coming up as well. Very happy to talk about that. Jerry Rice was never the fastest player in the NFL. How did that turn out? Again, speed is great, but it can be overrated. Kings offense consists of standing around and waiting to see who chucks a bad three off the dribble handoff. Where's the passing cutting? I thought Mike Brown was going to bring the Warriors playbook with him. Well, he can bring the Warriors playbook with him, but if he can't bring Steph Curry with him, it really doesn't matter. How does the trade rumors affect the team? I think it affects it in a very negative way, personally. Here's the deal. The players in the locker room know everything that's going on. They know the players that want to be there. They know the players that don't want to be there. The teammates know that De'Aaron Fox doesn't really want to be in Sacramento. They know. I mean, it's not a secret. Grant, I was just saying that I feel some fans think Carter will come in and blow the roof off. Well, they're delusional. If we lose tonight, there will be even more pressure for the Kings to make a move. Haven't felt this type of negative energy since the Maloof era. The Kings tonight, win or lose, is not going to force them to make a trade. It may affect their coaching situation, but they're not going to all of a sudden make a trade tomorrow if they lose tonight or if they win tonight. They're going to make a trade when they feel that it's the best decision for the team and is the best move for the team in the future. They're not going to make a trade based on whether the team wins a game or loses the game. So that's not true that there's more pressure for them to make a move. If the Kings lose tonight, I think the one thing we can say is that the season's pretty much over. And I really mean that. You're not going to go 0-5 on a homestand with all the controversy surrounding this team and all of a sudden, like, go take off. That's my opinion. You know, if you lose tonight and you're now 6-12 on your home floor and you're 13-18, you're not coming back from that. You know what? Stop with this nonsense. Fox has been dedicated for Sacramento his entire career. He wants the organization to help him. They have helped him. They made a trade. They got Sabonis, another all-star. Guess who made Fox better? Sabonis. Did Fox make Sabonis better? No. Has Fox made anyone on the team around him better? No. Has he made Keegan Murray better? No. Has he made Malik Monk better playing next to him? No. Stop it with this nonsense, would you please? How do I think that the Kings deal with Detroit centers, and why do you think Keon Ellis isn't getting more minutes? He's getting minutes, but well, I don't know. I can't answer that question until I know whether Sabonis is playing or not. Do I think that players have already shut out Mike Brown? I think some of the players have. I think it's very obvious that there's a disconnect between the coaching staff and this team. I don't think that's even really debatable. I just don't. I think it's pretty obvious. Hey, don't forget, tonight on the postgame show, I Need a Rant with Grant, brought to you by EDH Motors, Automotive Reimagined. This is a great new concept. David and Adam doing great things at the El Dorado Hills Town Center in their beautiful auto lounge. You can go to EDH Motors and look at their inventory and look at what they have available right now. But here's a real key. If you don't find what you're looking for, don't worry. David and Adam will get it for you. That's what they do. All right? They'll get it for you. And you'll take delivery, as I said, in their auto lounge at the El Dorado Hills Town Center. So you don't have to go to a dealership. You're not dealing with all of the things that you expect to with a dealership. Saves money. It saves time. And guess what? It can even be fun. Yes. Go to edhmotors.com. Check out everything that they can offer you. I think you'll be very, very happy that you did. And EDH Motors will be great. Automotive Reimagined. And a rant with Grant coming up tonight on the postgame show. Kings and Pistons. I don't know what to expect. I do know the Pistons come in with a lot of confidence. I mean, they won at Phoenix and won at the Lakers. What happened to Sabonis? He's sick. I don't know exactly, but he wasn't at shoot-around today. Use Sabonis to develop picks ASAP. What does that mean? Develop picks. Do I think that Mike Brown gets fired if the Kings lose tonight? I do not. We can't expect to bang for 36 minutes every damn day. Well, first of all, it's 48 minutes, not 36. Thank you, Patrick. Grant, we miss you so much on the broadcast. Wish you could come back, the GOAT. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. I mean, I think Herter's available. Lyles is available. I think Fox is going to be traded. I mean, I think you could turn this whole thing upside down. I really do. I think you could turn it upside down. So with Devin Carter being cleared for full basketball activities, that's ahead of schedule because they said he would be reevaluated in January. So that's a real positive. That's a positive. I look at that as good. Is it enough to save the Kings? No, I don't think so. And here's the other thing I worry about. I worry about him being in a bad locker room, if it is indeed a bad locker room with all this stuff going on. That's not how I want a rookie learning how to become a professional in the NBA. Now, I know his dad, former NBA player, former Kings assistant coach, will probably have taught him already. He's probably seen a lot of this. But it's just not a great environment for him. Do I think the Kings made a mistake trading Davion Mitchell. It hasn't helped him yet. You know, if Carter is really good, then maybe not. They're going to be stuck with Sabonis' bad contract. No one would trade for him. Sabonis is very marketable. There are a lot of teams that would trade for Sabonis. Do you not watch Sabonis play? Like, are people all of a sudden, have they not watched the guy play? He's a 3-time All-Star. He gets up in the morning with a double-double already. He's a tremendous passer. There are many teams that would take Sabonis. Many teams. You could trade Sabonis in 5 minutes. Come on. It may be 2010 all over again for Carter as it was for DMC. I don't really know what that means. Thank you, Mortis, for the Super Chat donation. Greatly appreciate that. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know why you don't think that Sabonis is marketable, or Sabonis is a tremendous player. Do I think that Brock Purdy is worth the big contract? Yes, and he's going to get it. Absolutely. He's going to get it. Everyone would take Sabonis. True. Who, for example? Anyone. Many teams would take Sabonis. I watch him play, Grant. He's a very limited player. Well, then you watch, but you don't know what you're watching. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff too, but I know what I'm watching. You watch stuff, you don't know what you're watching. That's the difference between you and me. He's a stat patter. Again, you're a moron. That's all I can say. You're a moron. Why does Mike Brown never look angry after a loss? Mike is different publicly than he is in a locker room privately. So Mike gets very upset when he's not in front of the cameras. He's pretty positive in front of the cameras. That's his style. And I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I mean, I have a problem with the fact that they're 13 and 17. I have a problem with the fact that they're going downhill. I have a problem with the fact that there are a lot of unhappy players on the team. I have a problem with the fact there are all these trade rumors swirling around the team, many of which I think will become true. Those are the things I have a problem with. I have no problem with Sunrise Landing in Calusa, the newest residential community. If you go to CalusaSunrise.com, you can check out everything that they offer at Sunrise Landing from Blazona Development. Many models to choose from, 6 in all. I love the fact that there's no Mellorews and no homeowners at Calusa Sunrise, and it's adjacent to the Calusa Golf and Country Club. Great access to I-5, Highway 45, Highway 20. Again, go to Sunrise Landing. You'll love what you see. You can get more information at CalusaSunrise.com. That's CalusaSunrise.com and Sunrise Landing. Again, halftime show with Jerry Reynolds, post-game show coming up for you tonight with the Kings and the Pistons. All right? Grabbing 20 rebounds in a game is a feat of strength. The guy's tremendous. The guy's tremendous. The Kings had the highest scoring offense in 22-23. What's happened this year? Well, last year, I think Sabonis is, I think DeRozan has not fit in. That's what I think. This is a great one right here. Grant, at the beginning of the season, I would have never believed that they would have had the same record as the Pistons when they play them. Yeah, who would have thought that? Good point. Good point. Do I like and admire Tyler Hero's game? Yes, I watch him often. I do. I think he's very good. I will buy a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue if Sabonis gets traded. I don't drink scotch. I don't drink that, so you don't have to get him. It's a bad contract. No, it's not a bad contract. It's actually a very good contract. It's a good contract. It's not a bad contract. Grant, I don't know all the ins and outs about who gets to say what happens with the roster, but could there be headbutting with upper management and ownership? Of course. Good question. Yes. Correct. I think there's a lot of turmoil going on within the organization right now. That's my opinion. And by the way, I don't think a win against the Pistons is going to fix it. Okay. I think the only thing that fixes this is a prolonged winning streak. And right now, I don't see this team going on a prolonged winning streak. I don't. And they're going to be playing the Lakers next, who they've lost to all 3 times this year. I mean, and then they get Dallas. And Dallas without Luka, who knows, right? Do I have plans for New Year's Eve? Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. What package do I think that the Kings can get for Fox? They can get a very good one. I don't know in specifics, but they can get a really good package in return. They can. Fox is a very good player. He's very marketable. Very marketable. So, yes, they can. As an announcer, how difficult was it to call games for a frustrating team like the Kings? It was never difficult to call an NBA game. It was my dream. I did it for 32 years. And was it more fun to do a team in first place than last place? Yes. But difficult? No. I always look forward to doing every game, even if the Kings were playing another bad team, because it was still the NBA. You never knew what was going to happen in the game. Could be triple overtime. Could be a great game. No, I never took that approach. I always loved doing the games. I look forward to every game I announced. I never was like, oh, I got to work tonight. No, that never happened. Never happened. It's a good question, though. I think when you have a job announcing professional sports, if you wake up one morning and you're not excited to do the game, then you're in the wrong freaking business. You're in the wrong business, whether you're tired, whether you just had 4 games in 5 nights, whether you got in at 4 in the morning from a trip, or, you know, the kids woke you up at 6:30 in the morning because they were excited to have daddy back home and now you're exhausted. If you weren't excited to go and announce a game, then something was wrong with you, you know? Stop hating on Fox. He took us to the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. When have I hated on Fox? When have I hated on Fox? Help me out here. Hey, where am I hating on Fox? Have I hated on Fox on this show today? I'm not hating on him. And by the way, for the record, he's been on the team now 8 years and they haven't won a playoff series. That is a fact. He's been one all-star team and he was added on because of injury. That's a fact. Jack. The call link. You want the call link? I'll give you the call link. There it is. You also have the QR code, but there's the link to call the show. Thank you for asking. Sometimes I need to put it up more. So thank you. There it is for you. I didn't know I was hating on Fox. That's good to know. All right, here's a good question. You've been covering basketball for years now. Does Fox look like a player that wants out? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I don't think his heart's into it. I think the Kings are going to trade him. When I was calling games, what was my favorite city to go to? Always Madison Square Garden, always. That was number 1. Chicago Stadium, when Michael Jordan was playing, was number 2. Miami was always great to go to in the wintertime. Always. Love that. I wish I had guys like this in our market. I like your style. Thank you very much. What market are you in? Where are you watching from? Thank you for the compliment. Do we have too many guards? Yeah? Yes, you do. No question. Trade Sabonis. The Kings don't deserve him. There might be a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to that. All right, don't forget that coming up, Kings, Pistons. I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I do not know what to expect. Kings could win tonight by 20. They could lose by 20. I mean, I don't really know what to expect. That's the problem with this team. I don't know what to expect. That's an issue. All right, again, it will not let me scan the QR code. I'm sorry about that. We'll look on that and see. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. We all miss you on the mic. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Every now and then I go to the YouTube and watch the Sacramento Kings love song video, and it gives me hope that we will once again soon see a winning team. I'm with you, Greg. It's a good way to end the show. All right. Indiana, we got some good guys, but you guys got a surplus coverage. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And stay warm in Indiana. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. You and Jerry were similar to John Madden and Pat Summerall. Well, I wish we were similar in our salary structure too. Thank you for that. I think Keegan and Herter led us to the playoffs, not Fox. That's not true. That's not fair. That's not fair. Come on now. All right, again, I'll see you at halftime with Jerry. Post-game show, Thursday Night Football coming up, Seahawks and the Bears. Appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon right here on If You Don't Like That. Bye-bye.